He's got, oh my God, what the hell is this? He's gonna try it! And will this be enough? My God, Hogan takes it! 1, 2,
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Ruckus Wrestling. I am Josh, alongside my tag team partner in this journey, Justin Toner. How we doing?
I'm really good. I think we can all sum up how we're feeling today by just saying, let's light it up.
Yep. You can't say it anymore. We'll go right into it. AJ Lee, after 10 long years, 3,000 something days, is finally back in a wrestling promotion, which is WWE. She came back. It was kind of like the biggest unkept secret, kind of like how CM Punk debuted at AEW a few years ago, or about 4 years ago, about 3, something like that. And they still teased Rhea there on Raw, but we finally got AJ Lee back. We heard from her for the first time. We'll get into it, but the main thing is you understand why. Now, the heart always fawns over what they can't have, what they're missing, right? We get that part, or however the saying goes. But you saw a lot of reactions, not just from not from the WWE superstars, but also the fans around. You saw girls that were once 10 who are now 20 that connected with AJ, because AJ was the wrestler among the divas at the time, and she stuck out. She was undeniable, and she cut a promo that basically led and called out Stephanie McMahon way back when about you're not really treating the women. Let's get some wages, all that stuff. And as soon as and then finally AJ, as she's known before, she had some spinal injury. Correct? It was spinal.
She had multiple herniated discs, and they told her, like, you got to stop or else.
Right.
And so that's why, that, along with the other stuff, they decided to retire early than you would normally expect a wrestler to retire. She didn't get like a neck fusion or anything. She chose to get like physical care, let them heal naturally. So, which is probably the smart thing. And I heard that there's still some like minor side effects, but otherwise she's in really good shape after all these years.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks pretty shredded.
Her abs have abs.
Yeah.
But like as soon as she called out Stephanie McMahon and left the company, they immediately did they brought Sasha and Charlotte and Becky, and Stephanie brought all them in and declared the
women's woman debuted not like just a few months after she retired.
Right. And which basically, like we said, as much as you want to give your props to Nikki Bella, because she did bring eyeballs doing the whole diva stuff and all of that. But AJ Lee, as she says, I am your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. Just because she was like, no, we deserve to be on the show because we're that good. And obviously, Evolution this year showed just why. The past two Evolutions have been awesome. So she basically was one of those catalysts that did that. And so you've got just a lot of people now that are like, okay, all is right with the wrestling world because AJ Lee is finally back. She signed a multi-year deal. Now, I don't think it said how many years, but we know it's at least 2, and she's full-time.
She's probably at least like 3. It's probably anywhere from like 3 to 5 years. So it's multiple years. This is not like she's not just coming back to team up with her husband against Seth and Becky. She's back for an extended period of time, which means that, after the stuff with Becky's done, it's like there's so many possibilities. I mean, of course, we all want to see Roxanne and AJ. It's like that's been Roxanne's dream for so long, to have like a program with AJ and to wrestle her. So that's on the table, and like so many other cool matches. And plus getting to work with people that she's really close with like also like Bailey, who is like Roxanne has been wanting AJ to come back for a long time because it's like her and Bailey are very close. In fact, AJ helped create Hugger Bailey.
Yeah,
because they had a little bit of program at NXT, and she just like came up behind and hugged AJ, and then they had a match, and they heard the reaction that the fans were giving when Bailey was hugging her, and AJ was like, "Keep doing that." It's like, and that's how Hugger Bailey was born. So it's like she played AJ played an important part in Bailey developing her babyface gimmick that got her so over back in the day. And Naomi was Natty were both there at the time. Mm-hmm. It's like she so it's like I'll pull it up. It's like Naomi was like happy she was back, but also frustrated that she's going to be out for a while. Yeah. Can be able to do stuff with AJ because she's pregnant. So
yeah, she I forget exactly what she says, but she was mad at Big Jim.
She was starting to throw Big Jim outside the house. She said that she was starting to crash out on X. But thankfully she had some like goodies that the Secret Service, Elba and Piper gave her to help keep her calm.
Right.
But she was very happy that AJ's back too. And I got like a screenshot pulling up here of like I'll just share real quick of like all the like a bunch of people's reactions to her return. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, over 100 million or so views on social for her return. Yeah, I mean, just all of those.
I mean, Roxanne say, mommy's home. It's like
right.
Saraya just mark it out because AJ played a big part in Paige's rise. It's like, and I was that a second, of course, Jay Delana Black.
And there's a picture of AJ and Roxanne FaceTiming.
Raw, yeah. I love that. Selena Vega, as AJ cited AJ as an inspiration for her, and of course she played AJ in the biopic movie about Paige's life and career in wrestling, Fighting with My Family. Mm-hmm. Kylie Ray is looked up to AJ. So did Lyra Valkyria. In fact, it's ironic, isn't it, that Lyra retweeted that famous picture of young Roxanne interacting with AJ and saying how wonderful it was. And here we are 10 years later. They're both in WWE at the same time as AJ on the same show, same roster. So they both get to work with her. It's just amazing. It's like sometimes life is amazing sometimes.
Yeah.
And of course, Bailey was there in person at Smackdown. Mm-hmm. Of course, I was like not surprised. Like she was not going to miss her return in person. And she tweeted out her in the stands with the fans taping and videoing their reaction when AJ came out and just saying, "Let it the F up." It's like so. And there was a bunch of backstage photos of her at SmackDown with AJ and Punk and Larry. And of course, Roxanne had to take some pictures with AJ and the family at Raw. It's like she's over the moon.
Yes, she is.
I mean, the one where she's hugging AJ and like basically like recreating the photo of young Roxanne interacting with AJ from 11 years ago. It's just
So we got this.
Yeah, I mean,
basically,
it's like that's the original photo when that's and. Here we are 11 years later, and she gets her. It's like she gets to work with her idol. I mean, that picture doesn't warm your heart. I don't know, man. It's like it's. I'm so happy.
Roxanne debuted on Total Divas anyway, but people have even said like some people like she even said like some people kind of stole my style. But she let Roxanne, like that was the thing that like everyone knows is documented on here why I like Roxanne so much because she basically is kind of a duplicate of the next generation's AJ Lee. That she just reminded me. I was like, oh my God, that's AJ Lee. Not knowing the relationship they already had. It just stuck out to me. I was like, that's AJ Lee. Mm-hmm. And then like lo and behold, there's a reason she's like AJ Lee's because that was her mentor and they both took CM Punk and AJ, as they called that, their daughters, which is Cora Jade and Roxanne.
Yep.
It's cool there. The dream matches we can have, obviously, Stephanie and AJ. I would love to see Alexa Bliss and AJ just because they both have that kind of beautiful crazy. So it'd be nice to see them.
They could really play off the crazy off each other really well. Because like both Alexa and Charlotte were coming up in NXT around the time that AJ was at her peak there before she retired. So people have been asking, like, Paige Saraya is like, it's like, are you itching now to get back in the ring now that AJ's back? And she's like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He was on Buff Smoke talking about today. So, it's like,
and I will say this too. Obviously, we'll get to it on SmackDown. I don't care. We're talking about AJ Lee, so just deal with it. There's like, you always do, like, it's been 10 years and she now decides to come back. There's many times where like, ooh, AJ be great here. Ooh, AJ be great here. Ooh, Roxanne kind of doing her heel run. It's like that, and then her mouthing off to CM Punk in NXT. Like, that would be great for AJ. This was exactly when AJ needed to come back because Becky is so hot right now as a heel. They're doing the thing with Seth. CM Punk's obviously they needed something anyway for the CM Punk Seth feud.
Yeah.
And Becky just took over the mantle what Naomi had. As far as like the best heel. Yeah.
It's like, Seth and Punk, it's like they've been feuding pretty much on and off ever since Punk came back to WWE almost 2 years ago now. Time flies. And so, it's like, and I dig it, but sometimes, like you worry about things getting stale, especially because it's been kind of like, it's like, is this ever going to end?
Right.
But now when they brought Becky in at Clash, and that was the obvious setup to like, oh my God, are they really? It's like, is this going to lead to AJ's story? And it's like, and it has. And so now you've got Becky and AJ involved in the feud for the time being. And then after this tag match, you can shift Becky and AJ one-on-one for like the IC title off of that, either at Crown Jewel Survivor Series. So, they can go into a program of themselves while Seth and Punk keep doing their thing. But this adds like just so much cool like intrigue, and the promo work is like, we'll talk about on Raw. With like what happened on Raw and SmackDown, like everything that's going on between the four of them, it's off to a fantastic start. So it's like, that's why everyone's so excited for this tag match at WrestlePalooza.
And AJ when her promo, and we'll get into it because I will kind of go over basically the whole promo for you. But as far as like 10 years away, let's see how she is on the mic. She's like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. You know how easy this shit is for me? Like, that's just kind of how it was. It's like, it didn't feel forced, but it was a great promo. It sold the story. It gave her 2 seconds of here's where I've been, all that. She had great crowd work. Like, that is a professional.
Yep.
And just wait till she wrestles, because that's the one thing though.
To beat, even though she has been away for so long, right. And that's what's really impressed me. And going on a deep dive about her work and stuff, it's like I've become a fan of her. It's like thanks to WWE Vault, they put out a great like 90-minute video highlighting her Divas Championship run that lasted for almost a year until the famous moment on the Raw after WrestleMania where Paige came up from NXT while she was still NXT champion, and got into it with AJ, and AJ was like, you know what? I'm going to be generous. I'll give you a shot at the Divas title. And that was a mistake because Paige beat her for the title and shocked the fans. Yeah. It's like that kicked off her rise. So, it's like just the promo work too, like that her own pipe bomb on the whole entire Divas division and the Bellas. Ripping into them for being, like celebrity Barbies, that she's like, I didn't come from a wrestling family. I worked my ass off to get here. It's fantastic stuff. It's like, so that's what's got me excited, especially because Becky's so good right now on the mic. Like her and AJ is just like, it's been fantastic for her. And it's like, I can't wait for more. Cause it's like the stuff they're going to be able to do on the mic is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that now CM Punk's looking like a giddy schoolgirl. because his wife's back.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's like in more detail. We'll get to what happened on SmackDown with her return. It's like you can tell that how excited he is for her just as much as as you can tell that AJ is excited to be back.
Yeah, no, and I never thought I'd see the day, but I felt like I would. It just it had to be right, and it was the perfect time to bring them back. Not only, like we said, to make the storyline a little bit more fresh, but also you get one of the top female wrestlers of all time back. Yes, she was basically, it was a 4-year run, guys. Wasn't very long, but her impact made such a big impact that 10 years later, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, she's still
liked her at the time. She was definitely ahead of her time. Like if she had stayed around a little longer, she would have just crushed it right along with Bailey, Becky, and the rest of the Horsewomen and all the other great women that came up after her. It's like Paige and everybody. So it's cool that she's coming back and getting to work with this new generation of women that so many of them, like Roxanne, were inspired by her, and now she's going to get to work with them. And there's just so much talent. I mean, it's like just imagining like her wrestling like Asuka or Stephanie or Rhea. It's just like you're just like, oh man, it's like there's so many awesome possibilities. So
yeah, I mean, hell, just her with Julia or Sol Roca. Just I mean, it's just
oh my god,
right. But I mean, because she's just good. So that was the woo part of our news. Now we're going to be the which is inevitable. We talked about it off air, but this is inevitable. WrestleMania will be going to Saudi Arabia. 43 or 44?
It's going to be, next year is
43.
42. It's going to be 43 for the WrestleMania 2027.
So for New Orleans.
So word leaked out that this was happening, and it's been confirmed by a lot of the dirt sheets, and WWE has said that they're going to make a huge announcement tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So that's probably them going to be announcing, WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia in 2027. And majority of people are just like, crap. It's like, but we had a feeling this was going to happen, and it's just like, and it's because of money. It's like they probably threw a shit ton of money at WWE, and of course WWE and TKO are not going to say no to a shit ton of money.
No.
So I just, I knew it was going to happen eventually, but I would have preferred like another foreign city that I feel is more deserving to get it first, like London or even Paris after, what we saw with how the French fans in Paris were for both Clash and Backlash last year. It's like them or the UK fans in London deserve to get WrestleMania overseas first and not Saudi. But
I thought it'd be Wimbledon, but the thing is, it's Saudi, and they've been partners with Saudi basically for
a long time,
like 8-9 years. So if it was going to be a foreign place, it was going to be Saudi because they're so used to the logistics of it. So they've had 8 years of trial runs that Saudi can do it. I disagree with them doing it, but that's just our opinion, not how the money talks. And they have a good relationship, and they're still going to make a crap ton of money, which brings me to my next thing is the head of TKO when it comes to ticket prices can go F himself. Because he basically came out today, and I can't believe I'm ever saying this, but at least Vince made the ticket prices not stupid.
Yeah, it's like they're making it clear that they're trying to earn as much money as possible right now, and that's not going to change until there's a downturn, and then they're going to have to lower prices. So it's what you expect. It's like we're not surprised. It's like it's not cool, but
if people pay it,
and so I'm just gonna have to deal with it for now.
Yeah, because that's the thing is people are like, you know how you can make them lower it? Not buy the ticket.
Yep.
You're gonna tell a dad or a mom or something like that, and their kid, that they bonded over wrestling, and then wrestling comes into town. You're like, nope, because I don't like the fact that ticket prices are high. No, you're probably going to save up to take your kid and have that father, son, mother, daughter, or whatever moment. Or you just really like wrestling. It's the first time I've ever seen it, so you're going to go anyway, right? Like you're going to save up to go to it.
The only positive we can hope is that WWE continues to improve in certain areas because yes, the counter programming as AEW is petty, but WrestlePalooza is shaping up to be a really fucking banger card. So
it's a fun card.
If it's forcing them to put on great shows, and hopefully, the creative continues to improve in certain areas to back that up, then it's good for all of us. So as wrestling fans, so yeah, it's like I was just like I rolled my eyes, just like yeah, yeah, it is what it is.
Right.
We'll focus on the positive, like AJ and other things instead. Right. So
yeah. So let's focus on the positive and go over the show that AJ came back on, which is SmackDown.
Oh, one quick thing. There's been a lot of speculation about what's been going on with the lack of Stephanie Vaquer on Raw, since like Evolution. People wondering is she injured? Is a visa issue? What's going on? Well, she just did an interview. Interview was released today where she was just like, "No, I'm not injured. I'm fine." And plus, we'll talk about it. She's going to be wrestling next week, but not on Raw, on another show. It's very, she's quite welcome, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Well, so it is a little weird. I'll talk more about it on Raw. I think it's just a result of some booking issues and some weird decisions, but I'm just glad that she's okay. It's like we just need her more on TV because she's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Then they asked when Triple H was on Pat McAfee, they asked Tyrese Halliburton asked him, he was like, wasn't there supposed to be a contract signing? And he was like, I wasn't there, I was doing Kill Tony. So apparently on Raw, and he goes, oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. They're supposed to say that Monday. My bad. So it was either he did that on purpose to deflect the fact that they screwed up, and Tyrese Halliburton of all people is calling Triple H out.
Right.
Triple H wasn't there and and just now was being told that Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky's contract signing got scrapped.
Yeah, that's not a good look either way.
Yeah, not a good look either way. So nice deflection, but come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, so let's go over to SmackDown last week.
Yep. Righty. Make sure I got it right. Okay. John Cena opened the show with a promo. Cena said that that we are in for one exciting night tonight. He said this is his last time in the city of Chicago and his last time on SmackDown. He thanked the fans, and the U.S. champion Sami Zayn came out to booze for some reason. Sami thanked Cena for allowing him to make his WWE debut against Cena for the U.S. title about 10 years ago. It was when Cena was doing the U.S. title open challenge, and he wants to pay it forward. Sami told Cena he would love to carry on the tradition and introduce the Sami Zayn U.S. title open challenge with Cena's permission. He said that's a great idea, and Sami said to also repay him. He offered him a shot for the U.S. title right now. Cena agreed on the match and was on. Sami Zayn versus John Cena for the title ended in a no contest when Brock Lesnar came out, took out the referee, then handed out F5s to Sami and Cena.
After no surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. Way to bring back Brock Lesnar and put that aside when AJ Lee comes back. I trick you. I know what you're doing. After the commercial break, they showed footage of Brock as he was walking through the gorilla saying, "Hey, John, I'll see you at WrestlePalooza, bitch." And Cena versus Lesnar was finally made official for the show. Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM, was shown walking backstage when Carmelo Hayes and The Miz said they wanted a WWE Tag Team title match. He said he'll take it under consideration and left. Aleister Black defeated Jamie Priest with Black Mass. We got a pre-recorded promos from Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre setting up a match between them next week on SmackDown. Julia defeated Michin to retain the United States Championship. After the match, Kiana hit Michin with her giant purse, and her and Julia gave Michin a beatdown. Charlotte Flair was backstage getting checked out by Alexa Bliss and her little Lily doll. She was trying to get cleared to wrestle, and Alexa said Lily is certified, and they examined her. Alexa told her they will get their revenge on Chelsea and the Secret Harvest, but she needs to rest this week. In the main event segment, Seth Rollins was up in the crowd and said the legend of CM Punk will die tonight and introduced his wife, Becky Lynch, the women's IC champion. She came out and ran down Chicago and how all its sports teams suck, except for the Bears, because Seth Rollins is a Bears fan, just like Punk sucks. CM Punk came out to a massive pop. He told Becky this isn't about her, it's about her coward husband. Then the AJ Lee chants got loud, and Becky tries to silence the fans, but Punk said they can chant her name. He says that he could ask one of his sisters at ringside, Bailey or even Rhea Ripley, kick her ass for him. Becky slapped him again and he left the ring. He said that he would never put his hands on a lady, but thankfully he's got someone who will. Then Light It Up played, and the fans lost their shit as Punk's wife, AJ Lee, came out, making her return to WWE after a decade away. Seth and Becky were in shock as AJ skipped down to ringside around the ring before getting into the ring. Mm-hmm. Becky was freaking out as she sat on the ropes and waved hello to Becky. Becky went to attack, but AJ speared her and started to unload on her with punches. Becky tried to escape, but AJ grabbed her by the hair and threw her down, hit a Fez press, and beat the crap out of her again. She then held Becky by the hair, licked her hand, and delivered a huge slap to her face, and Becky finally escaped the ring. Punk taunted Seth to come get his wife, but he hesitated, and after Punk got into the ring, he grabbed Becky, and they bailed up the ramp. Punk and AJ shared a hug and a kiss in the ring, and the fans cheered. Cole welcomed AJ Lee back to WWE as Punk and AJ stood tall in the ring to close out the show. And also, after the show, she's grabbing the title, and she left with it.
Yes, and we'll follow up on that on Raw. Them celebrating with the fans. They released that on YouTube as well. That was great stuff. Just seeing. Let's talk about this. Let's just talk about this. This whole segment was pure fucking awesomeness.
Yeah.
The entire setup was great. It's like Seth being trolling and having Becky come out. It's like, my beautiful Irish wife. It's like, right. It's like, and Becky like getting all the heat, trash in Chicago and all the sports teams except for the Bears. She left out the Bears, as we said, because Seth loves the Bears. So that was the only Chicago sports team that didn't get trashed. And I love that Punk came out to confront her. It was like one last time, like, look, this doesn't involve you. It's like yes, but she's not backing down. And then I love that he went over like all the alternate theories people had. Like I could call Bailey to help me and have her kick your ass, or I could call Rhea Ripley in to kick your ass. But no, I got the perfect person who will kick your ass. And the pop when that music hit was like on the level of Punk's when he returned at Survivor Series 2 years ago. The fans went absolutely bonkers. And what also was great was Seth and Becky selling it, where like they cut to the music plays and you see the graphic on the Titantron, and it cuts to Becky and she's like, looks like her jaw's about to hit the floor. Like
she was triple the best one. Someone pointed out, and I kind of had the same thing. She was Triple H when Cactus Jack like selling. Remember that when he did? He was like, "You're gonna fake Cactus Jack," and Triple H just started freaking out because when I was growing up, I'm like, "Who's?" I guess Cactus Jack is intimidating. I'm supposed to be scared of him because how Triple H sold it, and Becky sold the shit out of it. Seth tried to sell it, but when it cut to him, you could tell he was like trying to not smile.
Right, but he was also going, no. And
then he just had like he couldn't help it. He kind of like grinned for a second.
Becky sold it better because like she had that look on her face of just like, oh, no fucking way. And then you hear her audibly drop the mic that she was holding in shock. And then as AJ, I love that she started doing the skip it thing, which is her trademark in Chamberlain, classic little crazy AJ, and stopping to smile at her husband and then skipping around the ring as the fans are getting all hyped up. And then you see Becky selling the field. Like, she starts like channeling like Ric Flair begging off, like, no. It's because she's like, she's scared because, it's like what AJ's going to do to her. And, just, I love how she just calmly gets to the ring. It's like, it's like, does the set on the ropes. And the other great moment is like when she first came out and it cuts back to the ring and, after they showed the close of Becky, then they did a whiteout to show Becky in the background, and there's Punk like this up against the ring and just had the biggest fucking smile on his face. Like, that's my wife, guys. And I love her and I'm so proud of her. And just like watching Punk react in the background, cheerleading on, and also he takes a moment to flip off Seth, like, fuck you. It's like just before AJ starts kicking Becky's ass. And that was exactly what needed to happen. Like, after what Becky has done to Punk this past week between Clash and what she did to him on Raw, it's like there was no other response from AJ than an ass kicking, and she beat the fuck out of Becky. Yeah, and I love the slap with the extra lick for good measure, and that slap was loud. You could hear it. she smacked Becky.
Oh, you knew Becky was like late. We have to do this right.
No, yeah, she probably told AJ back, you hit me as hard as you can. I don't care.
Right.
You gotta sell this. And she sold it like gangbusters.
And I loved Seth like falling over the barricade and then like picking Becky up on his put it on his shoulder.
He literally carried Becky on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I love that he came down the ringside and Punk's like, come on, come get your wife. And he watched him, but he's hesitating like a coward. And then when Punk gets in the ring to go celebrate with AJ, that's when he goes to get Becky. And he I don't know if it was on purpose, but he stumbles over the barricade.
I don't think it was on purpose. Like I think he accidentally
it wasn't intentional, but I think it added to it.
It added to it. Yeah. I mean, because for like weeks we just had, oh, here comes a Vision beatdown. Here comes a Vision beatdown. Here comes a Vision beatdown. And you finally get that cowardly heel work that you wanted. And Becky and Seth are just killing it on that. And then we got her skipping. Like I love how she did her wind up to the skip. Like as she it's like, all right.
Yeah, she did this. She's like, it's like, hey there, Becky, and then just like slowly started to skip it, and you could hear the fans get more excited when they start cheering louder when she started skipping because they're like that's the AJ we remember. It's like just Punk's reaction to the background, it was fantastic, and then the hug and the kiss in the ring, that was a great moment, and I love that both Cole and Corey, they let the moment play out. They did not say anything until AJ was beating the crap out of Becky.
Right. Yeah, they let it breathe.
They let it breathe. And then they sold, it's like AJ Lee's back. I loved how it's like Corey's like, she's going crazy. Well, crazy is her superpower.
Right. Yeah. They let the crowd be the commentary in that situation. They let it breathe and let the crowd be the commentary.
I mean, she got a holy shit chant because it's like even though they were seeing it, it's like the fans still it's like this. Can't believe this is really happening. She's back,
and that was and this was like women's wrestling matters because they sold out like over the jumbotron. Like they sold they literally sold out the arena. I forget what they call it.
That place was packed.
Yeah, it was like what they call it, like a super gate or something like that. I forget, but it's like when you have a good gate, you have a sold out, but then you have like literally like nothing. Like they didn't have anything else to mark off. Type of game.
Yeah, and didn't just the video of them spending time celebrating the fans after the show off the air, to the point where Stu, the cameraman, they were heading to the back, and Stu was like, "No, you go out, you can do a little more." It's like because the fans caught him, like Stu was like telling them like, "No, you can do a little more." And then I love how it just like can I go celebrate the title a little more? Okay. And Freights are on the ring with the title. And then that last shot when they're finally going into the back to the gorilla, and that look on Punk's face looks like he's trying not to cry because he's just like he's so happy.
Yeah,
for AJ, it's like, obviously he's been looking forward to this chance happening, and but he let naturally. He's always said, like I would love to have AJ come back, but that's up to her. It's like I'm not going to push it. It's like that's going to be her call, and so. The fact that they came up with creative ideas and storylines that finally made AJ say, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. I want to do one more run. And I love that she tweeted out, she goes, "You've had my back for a decade. This run is for you, my little weirdo." So basically telling guys, your support has meant everything to me. This comeback run, it's for you, the fans, and that's a fantastic thing for her to say.
Yeah, and here she is when she signs her contract in her intro.
I love she joked like, "Can I wear this?" Yeah, it was very telling where Triple H is like, "Well, thank you for trusting us," and she's like, "Well, thank you for having me back." So.
Yeah. And the thing is like, for a women's wrestler, she was gone during her quote unquote prime years.
Yeah. But now, like, as people have shown, like, her and Becky about the same age, like Becky's in her late 30s, and there's a lot of like,
she's 38.
Yeah.
So
like, even though she's 38, it's like we've seen the, it's like, wrestlers have a better longevity than they used to because of how things have changed over the last couple decades. So, like AJ Styles can still go in the fucking ring, and he's almost 50. It's like, and he still looks fucking great.
I mean, CM Punk.
CM Punk's is mid 40s. He's pretty close to my age, and it's like he can still put on a great match. So,
according to Braun Breaker, him and LA Knight are nearly 100. So.
Yeah. Oh, get out of here, old man.
Yeah. You're 44 and you're 40. You might as well be 100.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like she didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, and that smile on AJ's face when she came out, like she probably knew that I love that she took a moment to soak in the love of the fans there, and like, you could see that big smile on her face, just like thanks guys. It's like it's such a great moment. Fantastic. Well, as for the rest of the show, wow, that whole stuff with Sami, Cena, and Brock took up almost the entire first hour of the show.
Yeah, well, it's Cena's last SmackDown, so they're gonna do what they can with it.
And they were having a great match until Brock came out and ruined it. So
you knew Brock was gonna come out.
I knew Brock was coming. There was
Caden.
Hey, Caden. So yeah, we just finished talking about AJ's return. We're just talking about the rest of SmackDown. So yeah, I mean, I had a feeling that Brock's gonna come out and he's gonna lay them both out. It's like because there's no way that Cena's win the title, and there's no way they're gonna have Sami beat Cena. So it's like Brock interfering was the only logical explanation of what was going to happen, and that's exactly what happened because they hadn't made the match official yet for Wrastlin, and so that was finally like okay, all right, now the match is on. Just like we finally got the mixed tag was made official on Raw after what happened between that foursome again on Raw. Let's see. I liked I did like some of the other matches on the show.
Aleister Black and Damian was fun.
I like that. I also like that Aleister did a little chicanery to get the win. So that's going to keep the feud going.
Right, because Damian already has one win on him, and then now Aleister has one. So we knew this feud was it's a perfect feud for both of them. It's kind of like the Rusev Sheamus feud as far as the SmackDown version. And so it's good there.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that. So this is my big negative for the show. Okay. Look, it's like I love Julia. I also have been a fan of Misha. But the problem is that right now, Misha doesn't have any heat. She's not over with the fans. And so you're barely having Julia appear on television to defend the title. And so the match was okay, but it had no heat.
No.
So, it's like the entire booking of Julia, it's like, I even one of the people who don't mind Kiana being involved, but it's like you gotta have her. You can't have her like not wrestle on the show for such wide gaps. It's the same thing with Stephanie. Now the Stephanie thing, I'm willing to give leniency on because Naomi's pregnancy threw a whole wrench in probably what they had mapped out for originally for Clash in Paris, through WrestlePalooza into all the way to probably it's like Survivor Series and Crown Jewel and Perth and stuff. So her being off TV was an unfortunate side effect of them having to scramble and redo the whole the women's world title picture with Naomi having to vacate the title. So, that sucked. I don't like her being off TV like that. But that one I'm willing to give some leniency on because it was a side effect of unfortunate circumstances with Naomi having to go on maternity leave. There isn't that much of an excuse in this case where this is like just like what the fuck is this bullshit?
I like the fact that they put Kiana as a mouthpiece for Julia. The problem is it's not doing anything. Right.
And like Kate said, the other issue is there is a very serious depth issue in the women's division on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and it's even more clear now because AJ is going to be on Raw for the foreseeable future. So it's like, who is on Raw versus who was on SmackDown for the women's division? There's a big discrepancy in the talent level.
We like Michin, but the crowd does, and the crowd doesn't care about Julia right now. I mean, I'll just call a spade a spade.
It's like she's lost momentum because they haven't put her It ain't me with feuds. It haven't featured on TV as much, and so it's like that's an unfortunate side effect. So they really got to find something for her. If they're not doing a draft, they definitely need to pull some more people up from NXT soon. You know, it's like I don't care if it's Soul Worker or whoever, but they definitely need to get some more bodies into the women's division on SmackDown side, because like the fact that Tiffany, besides Julia having a lack of opponents, the other problem is at the top of the card where they're going
back.
It's
better, dude.
Yeah, they're going back to Jade and Nia Jax with Tiffany again, and it's like this stuff has been going on for months. It's like, can't we get something new here at this point? Now you could have plugged in Charlotte Alexa, but they moved the pairing of Charlotte Alexa has worked, and they're trying to use that to help build up like a tag division, and that's fine. But that's taken Alexa and Charlotte out of the singles title picture, and there isn't anybody else to kind of like step in, because Chelsea is still in like is looked at as like the comedy act, and she got her initial U.S. title run, but right now it's clear that they don't want to put her into the WWE women's title picture. And also the other problem is Bianca is still out because of her finger not healing 100%. You know, she can't bend it all the way, so that's why she hasn't been back on TV since she hasn't been able to wrestle since WrestleMania. And that's going on that's all it goes. She's been out of the ring for almost 6 months at this point, for a good portion of the year. And we have no idea when she's gonna be able to get back in the ring. So that threw a monkey wrench in the Jade stuff, besides them moving Naomi over to Raw before she got pregnant. So it's like we haven't got a proper resolution to the Jade Bianca stuff either. So yeah, there's a lot of issues going on SmackDown with the women's division. It's like the what's going on here is exposed a serious like lack of depth on that roster.
So with and we kind of went over Julia's stuff with the main belt with Tiffy. She's had it for almost 250 days, right around there. And name me one good thing from her run.
Right. It's like
we were like, oh yeah, give me Charlotte and Tiffy. That thing was a wet fart. Everything else other than that, like, it's just because she doesn't know if she's a face or a heel. They're trying to present her as a face, but she cuts promos like a heel. So it's hard to do that. She's great in the ring. Like, she deserves to be champion. She
fans
deserves
still
to be
like her, but it's like, thankfully she's still over, and it's like it hasn't hurt her popularity that much. But it's like it hasn't. There's a lack of heat, and it's like it's made her run lackluster when it's like. She's at over 250 days. It's like, she's had a really good run with the title at this point. So it's like, it's really unfortunate, it's like, that they haven't been able to give Tiffany a really good, memorable feud in her title run so far. Like
she right now, her title run is the Cantina band from Star Wars. The song's fine, but you repeat it 700 times, it becomes stale.
Yeah, exactly, Caden. It's not Tiffany's fault. It's the booking.
Yeah.
And lack of depth.
Yeah, her run has become the Cantina band from Star Wars, where it's like, it's a catchy tune, and we like it, but you got to change up the song. You're still a good band, but you got to change up the song. So that's how I feel about Tiffy. And again, that's booking. They're the ones that tell you the track, that you help set the booking is supposed to help you set up the track list. And she plays the hits. You tell her what to do, she'll do it.
Yeah.
Thing is you're telling the same shit over and over and over and over again, and the fans are like, "What are we doing?" And it's killing it, because when we get to NXT, when someone showed up, I was like, "Cool, another wrestler with a title." It's not working. And then to go back what you're saying, Charlotte and Alexa, that's the right pairing. If Charlotte or Alexa right now was in the title picture, people were like, "Why don't you promote more stars? Why do you have to bring back Alexa and Charlotte to carry on the thing?" But you'll hear the internet do that. Well, this is exposing why. It's because you just don't have the depth. I like Michin. She's tried to get over. She does good work. Fans aren't connecting with her. They just haven't.
Mm-hmm.
No, fans are connecting with Tiffany, just not giving her anything to make it feel good. Jay would be good if she was good in the ring. She's just not. And Nia Jax is doing the best work she's done, but because of her first run and because you keep doing Nia Jax and Tiffany over and over again, it just.
I think they did because we would have heard. It's like the Dirt Sheets haven't heard jack shit about draft, so I think that they scrapped the draft, which I'm fine with, but. You should still move some people around, like with like a transfer window, or definitely see about pulling some people up from NXT that you feel can be pulled. It's like word is like they're looking to put Tony D'Angelo on the main roster here soon. But yeah, it's like there's some women that they could definitely pull from NXT in the near future because there's a couple that are just about ready. It's like.
Flash and Jada.
Yeah. Soul,
yeah. Because the thing is, Zarya's not there yet. Soul is.
Yeah, so and we'll get to it because it's like after what happened, I think they're really going to heat up the Zarya breakup after what happened this week on NXT. So. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you need credible time counters and not people who are like because like. It's like there's fans people like Meech and like me, but it's like she's like lost like a lot. It's like she's not treated as like a credible threat. So it's like the fans are not going to buy into that she has any shot against Julia. So you may still have a good match, but it's not going to have any kind of like heat, or the crowd's not going to be into it. It's like so yeah. That's my that's my biggest issue is that and. So I'm glad I finally got that. Comes up, and I'm looking forward to like getting that off my chest, ranting about the problems on SmackDown with the women's division.
Yeah,
I think they will.
They are. Here's the thing for what I see them as. Fallon definitely could get there. JC Jane is just another mid card that you're going to complain about if she gets called up in 6 months after she arrives. Like she's fine, but you just even with her NXT title run, you're just not buying it. If you're not buying her being an NXT champion, what makes you think with the booking that they're doing now that you can buy her as anything else?
Yeah, no, that I understand. It's like she's really improved and she's put in a lot of hard work with this title run. It's like especially being double belted for a bit there with the knockout when she had the knockout style for a bit, but like. I have a feeling like the writing's on the wall, especially with what they're doing with how they're pushing Little Vice lately. It feels like her time's just about up. That they're about to put the belt on Little Vice.
To kind of go back to Fallon and JC Jane, how they're booking JC Jane, presenting her is just like a paper champion. They have been booking her as a paper champion the whole time, even though she's defended and she's won 2 belts. She won the TNA knockouts and she won that. But we still were the way that's booking it. It never came across as legit. Whereas Fallon's North American NXT women's title run, that felt like she earned it. She's a top dog. You better come get her.
Yeah. No, she looked like a strong champion before she lost it to Stephanie earlier this year.
Yeah. So you get what I'm saying? The difference between those two is like how they're booking and presenting JC is like no one's buying her as a champion. Yeah. And they booked Fallon as like she's the real deal. Type thing. So that's the problem. Both of them are great and definitely ready to be called up. I just worry of how it's presented. JC Jane's going to fall into the cracks, and Fallon's got the way they've been.
I think they need to give JC maybe just a little bit more before I would be okay with her being on the main roster. But that's just my opinion. It's like so. But anyway, I think that pretty much covers SmackDown. Is there anything else you want to go over?
No, not really.
I did like I did get amused by the Charlotte Alexa bits are definitely amusing, and so it's like it's like the chemistry's there. So it's like I love the bit where she's like trying to listen for heart. She's like, I have a heart, right? If you say so.
So I will say this for the people that, including myself, are big Jacob Fatu fans, and it's like, what are we doing with Jacob Fatu? Wait for Cody to come back.
Right.
I think they're just putting him prime for Cody. Not to be like a feud, but to be within that discussion.
And also Soul and the NFTs have been on my eye a little bit. So it's like that was also an interesting call.
Yeah. So with Cody coming back, which he will be at WrestlePalooza.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, well said there. So that was SmackDown. It started off cool. There was some ups and downs in the middle, but then the AJ thing ended the show really strong. So overall, I thought one of the better SmackDowns of the year. Well, despite some of the big glaring issues with that we were kind of going on about here. So
yeah. All right, let's get on to Raw.
Raw.
Pick the wrong one. There it is. All right. So Jay and Jimmy Uso opened the show with a promo that made it clear they were reunited to take on the Vision. The Vision's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed interrupted them. Words were exchanged, and Jimmy said they went to Raw GM Adam Pearce. So at WrestlePalooza, it's the Usos against Breaker and Reed, or the Braun Bronze. I know Breaker and Reed, but just call them the Braun Bronze.
I like the Braun.
It's not as intimidating, but it's fun to say. Jay said that they don't have to wait because they can get jiggy right now. That's right. He's bringing Jiggy back. Yep. Suddenly, LA Knight attacked Bronson and Braun, and the Usos got into the fight. Reed splashed Jay when he was going for Knight, but Jimmy was there to super kick Reed out of the ring. The Usos and Knight argued in the ring as the segment ended. AJ Styles defeated El Grande Americano. Adam Pearce was talking to Io Sky about how he's canceling the contract signing for tonight because Stephanie Fekir isn't there. Nikki Bella walked up to talk to Io. Pearce said they will still have their match. Asuka walked up to them with Kairi Sane. Asuka told Nikki to stay away from Io, but Nikki didn't like that. Nikki and Asuka argued about respect. Asuka issued a challenge for tonight, and Nikki accepted. There was a video package about AJ Lee showing highlights of her first run when she became a Divas champion and more, with when there's a backstage, which this was on the internet, of Roxanne watching that and smiling from cheek to cheek as they get ready for the match where Raquel Rodriguez defeated Lyra Valkyria. That's right. You read that right. Backstage, Penta talked to Adam Pearce and wanted a shot at Dirty Dom for the IC title. Rusev interrupted, saying it should be him. Penta and Rusev got into it. Pearce said, if you have something to prove, let's do it in the ring tonight. And AJ Lee made her entrance to a massive pop wearing the women's Intercontinental title. The fans chanted welcome back, and she thanked them. She introduced herself for fans who don't know her. I am your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. She retired 10 years ago and felt she had accomplished all she wanted in wrestling. She went on a mental health journey, got therapy, and got better. She also accomplished other things outside of wrestling too. She said that every day is a fight, but the fight is worth it, and you are worth it. She was doing good until she watched Raw last week. It's one thing to see her husband dealing with men like Drew and Cena, but not Becky Lynch. She wanted to like Becky, listed the things they have in common, but then she went and motorboated her husband. So she humiliated and defamed him, and then Becky Lynch's music hit, and she came out to massive boos. She trashed Milwaukee, said her and AJ are nothing alike, and demanded she give her title back. AJ said she forgot she was wearing it, but if Becky is the best women's wrestler, then she can come in the ring and get it, as she laid it down on the mat. She hesitated, and the fans chanted chicken at her. She got more upset at AJ and called for her husband to come out. Seth came out to his music. Seth told AJ she can make this easy. Just give Becky her title back so they could leave this dump of a city. AJ said she could, but had better idea. Either Becky come and get it herself and risk AJ giving her another black eye, or they agreed to face her and Punk in a mixed tag at WrestlePalooza. Seth went into the ring to get the belt, but AJ blocked him. Seth started to rant on how this is his show and what he says goes, but CM Punk came out and grabbed Seth from behind. He tried a GTS, but Seth escaped. Seth was pissed and agreed to the match, which Becky did not like and got upset. AJ kissed the title and tossed it back at Becky as her and Punk celebrate in the ring as the heels left. We got another video of Bayley hearing the voices of heel and babyface Bayley in her head. She feels awful about hurting Lyra and doesn't know what to do. Heel voice said, forget about trying to make amends with Lyra and move on. Babyface voice said, you know what's in your heart. Bayley said, I'll make it right. Rusev defeated Penta thanks to interference from New Day and Grayson Waller, which distracted Penta, and Rusev took advantage. Asuka defeated Nikki Bella. The Judgment Day was shown backstage with Finn Balor congratulating Raquel on her win and said Roxanne can beat Lyra next week. Dominic walked in saying he's been preparing for his AAA Grand Champion match. Finn and JD asked why is El Grande helping him? It can't be for free. Dom tried to explain that El Grande Americano helping him is a lucha thing, and they wouldn't understand. Dominic said he wouldn't have needed Grande if Judgment Day hadn't been banned last week. So Dominic left angrily. Roxanne says she could go talk to him and left. okay. Asuka and Nikki Bella were backstage arguing. Nikki shoved Asuka aside. Rhea Ripley showed up to back up Nikki and ask if they had a problem here. Asuka said that they are both problems. Asuka says she's the top woman in WWE. Rhea reminded Asuka that her friend Io is going after the women's world title and not her. Asuka ranted in Japanese and left. And then obviously you got to yell Kyrie really loud. Yeah. And Bronson Reed defeated LA Knight. They went to attack LA after the match, but Jimmy Uso came out to make the save. The Hills got the advantage again when Jey Uso came out to help. They fought off the heels, and Knight checked on Jey to see if they were good, and Knight picked up Jimmy. They were good as they shook hands. When Knight turned around, Jey hit Knight with a spear. Jey told Knight, "We good now?" Jimmy wondered why Jey did that while Jey did a yeet at Knight. The Usos stood tall overnight to end the show. So the one thing that you didn't put in there was Jey was getting ready to leave, and Jimmy was like, "Why are you leaving?" And he was like, "We got to help Knight." He goes, "I don't know how to help Knight." And they kind of went back and forth, and Jimmy was like, "You're starting to sound like Roman," and everyone was like, "Whoa!" Yeah. And then Jey was like, "Maybe I need to start acting like Roman," and then left.
Yeah,
and he came back. But if you remember, Roman, like maybe a couple weeks ago, or like before their tag team match, he was like, you got to do it by yourself. Just started to.
Roman gave him that little bit of pet talk before he got taken out at Clash of Paris. So it's like, so definitely playing that up.
Yeah, I other than the AJ stuff, like for the past couple weeks, you've known like SmackDown and Raw have been. Other than like certain things have been really good.
I'm getting tired of the predictability of Raw where it's like it's the same opening. It's like, oh, it's about the Vision. Oh, we have a main event of all the Vision. Oh, look, it's another beatdown. It's like, for the love of God, can we change up this shit up? Because as much as I like that the Usos are back together and I love the Bronze, it's like, stop doing the same old shit every week. For the love of God, it's starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah. Just repetitiveness, but. At least the Jey and Jimmy stuff, or at least the Jey stuff, is intriguing. It's definitely a different turn. It's different. Let's see what they do with it. Because we thought, they were going to turn LA Knight heel. Now they're flirting with the Jey thing. But then after the show went off the air, Jey, Rhea, and Jimmy were in the ring, and they went and got a kid who just got his last chemo stuff, and they had a really cool thing. So
he beat cancer. That was a really cool moment.
Yeah, really cool moment. So that was really cool there. So if they were wanting Jey to be a heel, they wouldn't have had him, Jimmy, and Rhea to kind of to send the fans home happy, as they would say once the cameras went off air.
Yeah, exactly. It's become the same old. It's like they really got to shake up the things up like Raw.
Yeah, because I literally because I was obviously I was doing our fantasy F around, link down below, but I was basically like kind of popping over, and I was like seeing like America, and I saw like AJ versus Americana. I'm like, okay, and then I saw like Rusev versus Penta. At least that was different.
Yes, and that as tied to like they both want in the IC title picture, and so I'm like, okay, cool, and. It feels like this stuff with the New Day and Grace O'Hara keeping fucking Penta over is going to lead to, I think, Andrade and Rey Fenix showing up to help them out.
Right. And I was like how Jimmy just showed up and they're like, hey, he's on Raw now. I'm like, okay, that's how we're doing it?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Now, like, thankfully there's other storylines that are still working on Raw. Like, the Judgment Day stuff, I like it. I'm very intrigued to see where it's going, especially Dom's mysterious alliance with the El Grandes. What's up with that? Because Finn and JD are like starting to get like sus vibes. Like, what the fuck's going on here, dude? What are you doing?
Have they said that's New Catch Republic?
No, but that's what everyone thinks.
Okay.
Because we know it's Kaiser. It's currently under the mask with Gable out. So it's like
what? Spoiler alert.
And also people were intrigued with this promo that AJ cut that aired for the international audience. It's like we're like it feels like somebody don't want me around here. And we got people like, whoa, what's up with that? It's like, so
it's a working McWork face, guys. WWE posted it.
Yeah. So that got people's attention. The match was great though. Like that whole ending sequence where it was like he countered, it's like the counter to counter, and then he got the Styles Clash off. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah. What? An AJ Styles match is good.
So I love that Becky segment, and then like when Roxanne's like, "Let me go talk to him," I was like, "Oh." It's like
I think they're starting to do that because it's getting closer to Liv coming back.
Yep.
So they're kind of, because they were kind of doing that before, and then Liv got hurt, so they kind of had to like put it on ice, and you can tell like they were just going through the motions.
I was like, okay, we're going back to the Roxanne and Dom stuff. It's like, okay. I was like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
The stuff with Asuka, the heel turn is like right around the corner. She's like, she's acting like the violently like jealous like girlfriend with Io. Like no one can be her friend except me and Kyrie. And it's like I love that exchange where she's like, I'm the best one in WWE, and Rhea's like, that's interesting you say that. You're not the one who's challenging for the world title at WrestlePalooza. Your buddy Io is. I was like, ooh. So,
which makes me think Asuka is going to screw Io at WrestlePalooza, and Stephanie Vaquer is going to win.
That's a very high possibility. I
hope it's not a no contest, or she might come up and just none of them win, and then they do like a triple threat or something like that. I don't like shenanigans finishes, and
I want you for Io versus Stephanie. You want a clean finish, but I have a feeling something's going to happen.
Right. I want a champion though out of it. I don't want
heel Asuka. Yeah, exactly. Kaden, heel Asuka's going to be great. Yeah, no, it's like I think the better move would be.
Yes.
I think the cooler move would be they don't do the heel turn just yet. Remember how like Asuka kept saying like you need our help, and Io's can say I don't need your help to win the title, and she's like you haven't won the. It's like you didn't win the title at SummerSlam. So what I think could happen is that Asuka does something in the match that helps Io win. And she doesn't realize it until afterwards, and that causes even more friction because she's like, "Why'd you do that? I didn't need your help. I could have beaten Stephanie on my own." And it's like, and then that's going to get Asuka more upset because she's like, "Oh, now you're ungrateful." It's like I helped you win the title, and this is how you treat me. It's like so. I think that would be a better move because it doesn't feel like the right. As much as I love Stephanie, it doesn't feel like it's the right time to put the belt on her. And I think it's better if you put on Io, especially with the Asuka stuff and also the Rhea stuff. It would make more sense that storyline would get even more juicier with the world title involved. So,
yes, Io, we've talked about this before. It's like even if Stephanie was facing Naomi was walking out of there still champion.
Oh yeah, it's like I had a good feeling. Like there's no way that they're going to have Naomi lose the title that quickly. So Stephanie was not going to win at Clash of Paris. So, and I don't think she's going to win now. Like I just hope that the match's awesomeness. Despite any possible potential shenanigans that may happen from like Asuka interference, which is a very high possibility.
Yeah.
But that whole storyline, and especially like with Nikki get involved, it's like and Kyrie's doing a great job of being like the poor person caught between a rock and a hard place, where it's like
the like
knows that, yeah, she's like she doesn't know what to do. She knows that the way Asuka is acting is not kosher. But she doesn't. But she's afraid to say something. It's like it's like she doesn't know what to do.
Right. But yeah, no, like that. Like I was saying, like Raw right now. Yes, there's some stale things, but it's not as stale as SmackDown.
Yeah. And then we got CM Punk and AJ against Seth and Becky, and that whole segment. AJ just fucking crushed that whole promo. That was fantastic stuff.
She was the first bestseller.
I love that word. Yeah, she's like, it's like we were trailblazers, we're rebels, we're both New York Times bestsellers. And then someone shut out, "You did it first." She's like, "Yeah, you're right, I did do it first."
And then someone shouted something else out, and she was just like, "All right, let's get back to it."
Yeah, like okay, let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track. Yeah, she's just so natural on the mic. It's just
she is. She just it's like she just feels like so natural, and it's like therapy, and like the fan shit therapy. That was just an adorable moment.
Yeah.
And that was a really nice message to talk about. Like if you got problems, get help. It's like it's like don't struggle.
As they say, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
And to get help and seek it and find what you do.
Yeah, so it was a nice combination of reintroducing yourself to like younger fans who may not know her very well, and then getting into, okay, you know what? I was perfectly fine being retired, but then I saw Becky Lynch, disrespecting my husband, and it's like I'm not going to stand for that.
Yeah, I don't like it when she motorboats my husband.
that I laughed when she said that. Then I saw Becky Lynch motorboat my husband.
Yeah.
And then Becky comes out. Oh my god, Becky was just so fucking good here.
Her and Seth.
Like the anger. I also love the glasses on. And then especially the reveal when she got so angry she took the glasses off and she had a black eye. And then all the way just like, oh, did I do that? Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I go Pharaoh and I black out.
Yeah. She's like, did my little fist do that to you?
Did I do that to you, Becky? And
then, I swear to you, I thought she was going to do the Urkel. Did I do that? I was like, please don't.
I like how Becky was like, oh, and then quickly put the glasses back on to hide the shiner. Becky was just fantastic here. I love when she called her like you Jersey trash bag weirdo. Give me my title back.
Yeah.
And then getting so upset, it's like, no, Seth, get out here, help me. It's like, and then Seth tries to be like the voice of reason at first, like, okay, let's calm down here. Just give the title back. You just give us the title back. It's like, it's like we can be on our way. And it's just like, no. It's like give us the tag match. It's like we want to kick your ass. Right. And then Seth, I love that she was like playing with Seth, like, nope, you're not getting the title, and then getting angrier and angrier, and then Punk came out. I love that finally just Seth lost his cool, and in a moment of anger was like, okay, the match is on. And I loved that Becky got pissed off, like, what are you doing? Like Becky was upset with him that he agreed to the match. So that adds another interesting layer. It's like Becky was not happy he agreed to the match. She's like, what are you doing?
Right.
He's like, we gotta get the belt back.
Yeah.
So there's a little friction between the heel couple there. So
they'll be fine. But yeah, it's always little intangibles there. The one thing I will say though is just Becky's new music doesn't evoke any emotion out of me.
No, it
couldn't be the old one because that's
from the old one because that's more associated with her babyface persona. But this new one doesn't. It doesn't have any spice to it.
It doesn't have any juice to it at all.
But thankfully, she's getting the heat, so that's all that matters for the time being. So
yeah. So, but that's the only thing.
That whole segment was fantastic.
Yeah, and then like CM Punk like showing AJ, hey, I got your shirt.
Yeah, and plus, it's like Punk wearing his wife's shirt, her merch. It's like, how can you not love that? And of course, Roxanne was rocking it as well backstage, especially when they took the family photo, Roxanne, Punk, AJ, and Larry all together. It was just adorable.
And then the picture of Larry sitting in the head booker spot. He was like, Larry booked this.
Yeah, like that joke. Yeah, it's like, it's fantastic stuff. The ending stuff with the Edge from Jay, that adds a lot of like, okay, let's see what else. I really hope, it's like I really hope the stuff with New Day and while they're fucking with Penta is leading to his brother Rey Fenix Andrade coming in to help him out because he's like outnumbered at this point. Yeah. So it's like the only thing that makes sense. And if they move them over from SmackDown to Raw, I'm okay with that because they could really help juice up the tag division on Raw, which needs it. Because Judgment Day has the titles again, and they're barely defending them again.
Yeah. Here's a big thing that's weird. You move LA Knight.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's just
it just doesn't have any juice. It doesn't. It's the emotion part. The song itself is great, but it just doesn't evoke any. Like the entrance music's supposed to put you in a certain mindset, right? That's what it's supposed to do. It's not Def Rebel bad. It's just the fact that it doesn't. An entrance music's supposed to evoke some type of emotion. You hear that glass shatter, you're like, holy shit, what's about to happen? If you smell, you get the goosebumps. Like,
thank God AJ's got her OG music and didn't get Def Rebel either. It's like
light it up. It just gets you.
Light it up is
you literally can see people skipping. Like you can see her skipping when that song.
When I hear light it up now, emotion. I get jazzed because it's like, it's like.
So that's the thing. Is it just doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't hit that. It doesn't make you feel a certain way that the instrument music is supposed to make you feel. So on that, and then here's another issue that I have right now. It's not his fault. You moved him from SmackDown because he was lost in the shuffle in the main event scene to Raw, and now he's lost in the shuffle again. The odd man out in the main event scene, which is LA.
Yeah, LA Knight. Yeah,
and it's not him. He cuts good promos. He does good work. He deserves to be in the main event stuff, but he always feels like the odd man out.
He does. And it's like it's frustrating because I hope for more for him. It's like we'll see where things go. It's like but
Lyra,
so there's
sorry.
no. It's just there's Raw's got some good stuff and it's also got some bad stuff. So it's still a mixed bag, but I felt like a little more of the good outweighed the bad this week. So it was a solid show, I thought. But
yeah, SmackDown was very much a bookend show. It was like the first segment was great and the last segment was great. Granted, they took up majority of the show, but it just felt like everything you got in that filler in the middle was just nothing burger.
Right. Now, the Lyra Raquel match I thought was fantastic, and Lyra's still really over with the fans. They were pulling for her to win that match. It's like there was Let's Go Lyra chants for a while there. I was just like, okay. I was worried about where the fans would be with her after she lost at SummerSlam to Becky, but her popularity is still in a good place. So that's a good thing. Obviously, her losing is, and then she's got Roxanne weeks. This is all about Bayley coming back to help her, and then we'll see where that goes. It's like,
right. When we talked about with the depth issue, just kind of talk about Raquel and Lyra and Roxanne and Kyrie, and the depth issue is not that on Raw.
No,
they're booking it right to where you got Raquel over. You've gotten Raquel over to where people look at. You've gotten Lyra over with the help of Becky Lynch and Bayley. You got Lyra to that level.
And Becky's helped make the women's IC title important, and it's definitely going to feel that when AJ is going to try to take that from her after WrestlePalooza.
Right.
And then we're going to get the world title picture settled with Io and Stephanie at WrestlePalooza, and then we'll see where things go from there. Because Asuka and Rhea are definitely going to be in play for that after WrestlePalooza for sure. But I just wonder, it's like, I hope they have something for Stephanie, because if she's not winning the title at WrestlePalooza, they got to find a good feud for her until they feel like she's like ready. Because we'll see.
I just don't want them to be like, because they've just not shown her so much and like cut out a lot of the segments to where either she's going to win because they haven't done anything.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
they
do
really
a weird swerve.
They really need to fix this after WrestlePalooza. Now, it's like, thankfully she's getting. It's like we're going to see a little more of her next week finally for WrestlePalooza. Because she alluded that she was going to be on Raw, and then of course we also know what other shows came on next week. We'll get to that in a second. So hopefully they're going to turn that around and give Stephanie like something proper.
I mean, here's my theory
Because
is that
popular, but it's like her being off TV that doesn't help. That's why like I agree with Caden, like that putting the belt on Stephanie with her being off TV so much the last several weeks would not be the right move. It's like Io's been on TV. She's had this whole storyline going on, and it's been a focus, and she's still over. So it would make more sense for her to win the title now. It's like so. But I just hope that, like I said, give Stephanie something good post WrestlePalooza to work with and keep her on TV and have her get some wins to help give her more momentum, because the fans already like her, and Devil's Kiss is super over, but you need to do more with her to help get her to the level where Io and Rhea are. It's like her popularity can eventually get there, and it's already good, but it needs to be boosted more.
I have a weird feeling that she's going to lose at WrestlePalooza, and then they're going to put her on SmackDown. If you're not showing her right now, what are you going to do? Just go ahead, just like, all right, let's just go ahead and lose this match and then move her to SmackDown.
I would not be opposed to that, because her going over to SmackDown would juice up that title scene big time.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think that they're building up Asuka and Io and all this other stuff and keeping Stephanie away from it, because that feud is working. And might as well just go ahead and move Stephanie to SmackDown, because you've kind of got
Julia. Her best buddy Julia is also on there, and they work really well together, both as allies and rivals. So that could be another plus too. Because
you've got AJ on Raw, so
right. Unless it's like, yes, we want to see Stephanie versus Rhea down the line. It's like, that's not a bad idea. We'll see what happens. It's like, I would not be opposed to Stephanie moving to SmackDown, because they could that she could definitely give it to you.
Yep. And last thing I'll say is, can we pay off this Bailey thing? Figure something out and just go with it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hopefully she's finally going to be back on TV next week. I think that's what's going to happen because they said that Roxanne's going to be wrestling Lyra on Raw next week. So I think that's when Bailey's going to show up.
Right. All right. Let's move on to Dynamite. Bryan Danielson made his entrance to officially join the AEW commentary team, which was announced earlier in the week. Danielson joins Excalibur and Taz at the desk. He is going to be doing that for full time now, and he's pretty good at it. Hangman Page defeated Josh Alexander. After the match, Hangman cut a promo on Kyle Fletcher, who came out with Don Callis to respond. They exchanged words, and Hangman agreed to him versus Fletcher for the AEW Championship at All Out. The Young Bucks were featured in a skit hanging out with other wrestlers and catering. Their friend Brandon Cutler was there, but he wanted nothing to do with them and said, "Shut up, Young Bucks." So Cutler left. Jon Moxley talked to the Young Bucks, saying that the Bucks can have $250,000 each in the $500,000 tag team event and told them to show up to win. Alex Windsor and Rio defeated Mercedes Moné and Emi Sakura. Guess who took the pin? Ricochet was interviewed backstage with the Gates of Agony by his side. Ricochet told Shelton Benjamin that for their match on Dynamite, they should ban their allies from ringside so it's a fair match. FTR and Stokely did an in-ring promo trashing Copeland and Cage, who were not on the show. Dax Harwood started arguing with some fans, and then he and Cash beat up some guys on AEW's production crew. Shelton agreed to Ricochet's deal and told MVP and Lashley he's got this. Ricochet defeated Shelton Benjamin thanks to the help of the Gates of Agony, and the rest of the Hurt Syndicate came out and brawled with them. AEW champion Timeless Tony Storm defeated Sky Blue in a non-title Philly street fight after the match. Tony Storm was attacked by Julia Hart and Thekla. Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander made the save. In the chaos, Hayter accidentally took out Chris with a clothesline. After Hart and Thekla sent Hayter out of the ring, Thekla hit Storm with a spear. Thekla stood tall to end the segment. Willow Nightingale was interviewed by Renee Paquette. Harley Cameron interrupted with the song, so Willow says she was cool, but regarding Chris Statlander, Harley needs to watch her back. In the main event, the Death Riders and the Young Bucks defeated the Ops and Brodito in a 10-man tag team match. The Bucks grabbed the bag of money, but Brodito attacked them and they brawled to the back. The Death Riders beat up the Ops until Darby Allin made the save. Someone in a hoodie attacked Darby from behind with a forearm. They revealed themselves to be Daniel Garcia. The fans booed Garcia loudly for turning heel and joining the Riders. The fans chanted, "You sold out" at Garcia. He and Moxley laid out Darby with a stomp on a steel chair. Garcia left with Moxley and Marina Shafir as Darby was laid out in the ring to close out the show.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, I got a lot of problems with the show. There's a lot. We got a lot of mess here. Okay, there's multiple problems here. I mean, the booking for some of these matches to All Out, there's not any proper build. Like there's only a few that have really good proper heat and build, like MJF and Mark Briscoe, or
FTR and Copeland.
Yeah, FTR and Copeland. Why are you having the TNT champion challenge the world champion? Because you know he's not going to beat him. Why are you having Kyle Fletcher, who should be just beating people as a TNT champion? Why are you putting him into a feud with Hangman when you know he's going to lose? Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, is there no one else they feel can put Hangman in the title picture because they don't want to do MJF again? They want to hold that off with the contract for a little bit longer. I mean, yes, Ospreay and Swerve are unfortunately on the shelf with injuries, and it sucks. And Kenny's got some other stuff going on, so they wrote him off for a little bit.
Wardlow tore his back.
Yeah, apparently Wardlow, they were thinking of having him challenge Hangman for the title, but apparently he fucking tore his pec when he clotheslined Prince Nana at Forbidden Door and is going to go back on the shelf again. It's like, and you have to wonder, like, if he has been hit by a curse like Adam Cole is, because that guy, like Adam Cole, has had the worst motherfucking luck in AEW. I swear to heaven. Oh my God. So that, I mean, the promos were good, but I'm just like, why are you having the TT champion challenging him? This doesn't make any sense. Just like Rio just showing up and challenging Mercedes Moné makes no sense because she hasn't earned it. And Alex Winter is still in the picture messing with Moné in the first place. So why didn't she get in a rematch, but you're throwing Riho at her? Oh, it's because Tony loves Riho. It's like, and that tag match, that was a train wreck. I don't know what was going on. Usually, Emi Sakura is a lot better. It's like, right. Yeah, the problem is that as great as Mercedes and Tony are, it's like he hasn't built up any other people to a significant degree that you feel like that they can take the titles off of them. And the people that you would want to see that are mired in other storylines that are like have gone nowhere. Like the Willow Statlander stuff is going on like fucking forever. And it's like, and they're still dragging that shit out. It's like teasing if she's going to turn heel and join the Death Riders or not. And then, Garcia turning heel and joining Death Riders, that doesn't light my world on fire. And then on top of that, they fucking botched the whole stomp spot and they had to redo it. It's like, I was just like, oh man.
This is what happens when you have an indie booker run a wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
Is because he can have great storylines here and there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the Swerve, Offspray, Hangman, Death Rider stuff, awesome. It was the best storyline at one point. This year it was like one of the best storylines in wrestling.
Tony versus Mariah feud was fucking amazing. Yeah.
Like but the thing is he focuses all of that on one storyline and then just goes to and then goes to the chalkboard like, you two. And you do a 10-man tag and 6-man tag. Yeah, just do it.
All-star tag. Let's put money on the line. It's like there's no heat.
No.
There's no storyline there.
Yeah. Oh, they're back. They get a title match. What? Like
Rio's back.
WWE does this. We don't like it. But.
Rio's back. She automatically gets a title match against Mercedes. What the fuck?
Yeah. So like the Athena, Mercedes, Tony stuff leading up to All In was solid.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they got to make a change eventually. I think I hated I thought he was being exaggerated, thinking that Tony be that petty, but I think JD from New York's theory is right. I think the reason Mercedes is still champion is because Tony wants Mercedes to break Jade Cargill's TBS title run record, and then have her drop it.
Right.
Just as a petty fucking bitch move.
Well,
it's the only thing that makes sense because she's not far from passing a title reign record of Jade Cargill as TBS champion.
I mean, promoters are petty. I mean, that's why Randy Orton won the title, just so he would be the youngest guy, not Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
And then they immediately had Triple H win it back and broke up Evolution because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just it was cool, but then Randy Orton lost and they broke up Evolution and it sucked. Because Evolution was on a pretty good run, even though it was Triple H's reign of terror.
Mm-hmm.
But
because it's like Jamie Hayter is so good and so many other people are so good. It's like, why didn't you put the fucking belt on them?
Yeah. The street fight was fun.
Street fight was fine. Hangman Josh Alexander was a good match. The main event was entertaining. It's just like some of these booking decisions are just like make me want to pull my fucking hair out. Because and plus, like, the Death Riders don't need to get bigger. It's like, why is Tony making all these heel factions like NWO level large? Like, Don Callis' family is large enough as it fucking is, and now you're increasing the Death Riders again. And what's the purpose of the Death Riders now that Moxley doesn't have the title? They're just bad guys going around just fucking with people.
Yeah,
at least with the Don Callis family, Callis is like, we are out to get all the goat. It's like. So at least like their mission statement makes sense, even if the size of their faction is ridiculous at this point. But it went down again because Waldo apparently is going to go back on the shelf again.
Yeah, he got hurt when he came back, apparently.
Right.
Like in that angle. But yeah, that's the problem. Is when Cody left, you lost storytelling.
Yep.
You did. You lost storytelling when Cody left.
Yeah.
Because he disagreed with, we'll finally figure out why. It'll probably be 15, 20 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
But we all can kind of read between the lines.
Yeah.
He he was like, here, let's do this. And Tony was like, no. And they butted heads. And then they were like, all right, fine. It basically became, Cody basically was like, all right, I've run my course of where I'm supposed of this.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Cody's been very tight-lipped on specifics, but it's like he's hinted that whatever disagreement caused him to leave, he was not happy about it.
No, because that was his baby. Him and Bucks and Kenny, that was their baby. Like,
yep.
Tony was there. I mean, Tony was always there in the background wanting to do it, but they had to prove that they could
have been Cody leaving hurt, but for a while they were still okay. It's the whole Punk drama is that when after all the Punk drama happened, that's when things have never been the same.
No,
it is a fact.
The fact that it's still existing and still selling like major pay-per-view stuff out is a testament. But I think that's just because wrestling fans there's a lot of indie fans out there, and we still watch it, and there's still some good stuff, and it's definitely different alternative. But it's just not there.
One of their biggest mistakes that Tony could have prevented was after a brawl out that it's like, yo, let's put everything aside here and we can use this to make a money-making fucking angle feud out of this. But and apparently Punk was willing to do that, but apparently the Bucks were not. Like Kenny, I think has made it clear that he was more be open to stuff, but I think it came down that the Young Bucks were being petty assholes and didn't want to do business.
Yep.
And look at the difference when Punk went back to WWE. Him, it's like Seth made it clear that he's got issues with Punk, but they have been doing fantastic stuff with their feud since he came back. And Drew McIntyre has hinted that he's not like him and CM Punk are not like BFFs. But look at the feud that they produced last year. It was one of the best feuds we've seen in years. It was feud of the year.
Yeah.
It was awesomeness. So it's like they're being professionals, and it's like because they understand. Let's put on a show for the fans. We can make fucking money. Like let's leave any personal side and let's go out and like put on a fucking show. It's like,
do you want to know what happens when your wrestlers have creative control?
Yeah, too much creative control is what it's like. We saw what this is what worried me is like. Too much creative control was one of the reasons why WCW got all fucked up. Not to the point, it's not where they have creative control like at Hogan level, but the fact that they have too much control.
Shawn Michaels in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like the Click in the 90s. They can sit there and say that Vince ran it because
Tony wants to, it's Punk said it, like Tony wants to be friends. He doesn't want to be a boss.
Right. And you just can't do both. You can be friendly and do ribs and all other stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to know that the buck stops here.
Right.
And maybe he did that, but it was to Cody. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Now, on the positive side, though, I'm liking the stuff between the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet and the Gates of Agony.
Yep. Shelton like breaking the scissors and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that stuff. Good promos. I don't know what's going on with that segment with FTR, but it's like I like they're just like they're getting more unhinged with this CNC feud. That's one of the few matches that I'm really invested on that show. So yeah.
At least
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
At least they're trying to make Thekla and Julia Hart and Sky Blue something.
They're trying to make the Triangle of Madness like a threat, but it's just like it's going to need more work to that.
Yeah. For the 2,500 crowd, they actually they were pretty loud though.
And plus, like I get why. I don't know why it's a 4-way, just because he wants everyone involved. Like Hater's got issues with the Triangle because Thekla, storyline wise, is the reason why she was out injured for a while and she wants payback. But, they're messing with Tony now. I don't understand why Tony's all of a sudden got beef with Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. They haven't really done anything specific to fuck with her. So It feels a little too manufactured there. It's like, so.
Yeah. I had some fun, like the matches and stuff, as we say every time with AEW. The matches and stuff were fun, but the storylines are just, it's
all over the place.
It's like it's a scatter plot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the same thing, but in the middle of the year, AEW was cooking. I'm not gonna lie, they were cooking.
It's like they were cooking again for a while, and now it's like now they're back in the muck again, and it's just like, oh, come on, man. So it's like,
yeah. So all right.
Anyway,
let's move on to NXT, where Josh Briggs defeated Javon Evans. Ricky Saints and NXT champion Oba Femi were backstage talking to GM Ava. Ricky and Oba argued, so Ava said that they can discuss their feelings next week on NXT Homecoming at Full Sail on the Grayson Waller effect. Trick Williams, TNA World Champion, came in and asking Ava if everything was set up for him, and Ava said yes. Trick and told Oba they are finished. DIY came out. Ciampa said that it's exactly 10 years since he first appeared with Gargano in NXT. Johnny said NXT will always be their home. Trick came out saying they took advantage last week, being 2-on-1, so he didn't come alone tonight. And Carmelo Hayes came out. He said some things Trick has been saying are true and some are not. Melo mentioned that DIY built this house. He renovated it, but Trick is squatting in it. Melo told Trick that the rent is due. Trick admitted that he was that what he said about Melo last week wasn't right. Trick said he squats when he wasn't when he wants to squat. He wears his heels, and it's still his house. Ciampa asked if this is a big brother, little brother thing and wanted some clarification. Melo said it's between him and his bro. Melo said that Ciampa did one of the biggest backstabs in NXT history. Gargano said that they're not going to talk about it. He said that they want to see two generations of NXT in a tag team match at NXT Homecoming. So he suggested Trick Melo Gang versus DIY next week, and DIY music played to end it. Laney Reed defeated Fabi Apache. Did I get that right? Is it Apache? Is that how you pronounce the last name? In a Speed Women's #1 Contenders Tournament first round match, thanks to Natty coming out to distract Fabi. There was a Blake Monroe video package where she was in a bathtub and it was dark in there as she talked about her rivalry with Jordan Grace. Blake said that this is a tragedy, and said that Grace ruined everything. Blake said that you didn't break her, you woke something in Blake. Blake said she will show Grace things that would make the devil blush. Dark State defeated Hank and Tank to retain the NXT Tag Team Championship. Cutler grabbed Hank outside the ring and said Joe Hendry is not coming to save them. But Joe's music played, and he appeared busting out of the wall near the announce desk. He chased James as Hank tried to cover Dion, but Osiris flipped them over, and Dion sat on top of Hank for the pin. Excuse me. Lexis King was in the locker room bragging to Charlie Dempsey about how he beat Miles Bourne. The lights went out. Bourne showed up with a chair and laid King out. Miles said they're not done yet. Tavion Heights defeated Ethan Page in a flag match. After the match, Heights put the Canadian flag on top of Page when some familiar music played, and Tyler Breeze showed up at ringside with the selfie stick. He got in the ring, sat down next to Ethan, and took a selfie with him. We got another video package about Lola Vice telling us more about her life story and her family ahead of her NXT women's title match at No Mercy. There was a video package about NXT Homecoming next week from Full Sail University in Orlando with highlights of NXT's time there. Matches confirmed for Homecoming next week at the Point, where DIY versus Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller effect, Oba Femi and Ricky Saints, North American Championship, Ethan Page versus Tyler Breeze. The Calling defeated Fatal Influence and Sol Roca and Zarya in a triple threat tag team elimination match to become the #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. They will face Charlotte and Alexa for the titles next week in NXT Homecoming. Main event segment. After losing the match, JC Jane went on a rant in the ring, trashing Fallon and Jasmine for losing, and says she's sick and tired of carrying this group on her back. JC said she's the greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time. She carried the TNA Knockouts Championship on her terms, and then Stephanie Vaquer's music hit to a big pop, and she came out to interrupt. Vaquer says she'll give her credit for beating her for the NXT Women's title, but she held the NXT Women's title and North American title at the same time. Vaquer said that at WrestlePalooza, she'll be the Women's World Champion. She then asked Fatal Influence and they what time it is. Then WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton music hit, and she came out to a big pop. She asked the fans what time it is, and they said it's Tiffy time. She's the WWE Women's Champion and the longest current champion in WWE. She mentioned beating Charlotte Flair, Trish Stratus, Jade Cargill, and she's a former NXT champion too. So she doesn't agree with Jane saying she's the best champion ever. JC said that this is like the graduates going back to high school, and it's kind of sad. Tiffany said, Mommy won't like that. And Stephanie agreed as Rhea Ripley's music hit to a monster pop and she came out. Rhea didn't agree with JC saying she was the greatest NXT Women's Champion either. Rhea said if Fatal Influence really wants to be on Homecoming next week, there are 3 of them and 3 of us. So Rhea said they will see them at Full Sail. The babyfaces stormed the ring and beat up Fatal Influence, who bailed to the floor as they stood tall. NXT to close out the show.
Holy
Did not call Carmelo Hayes coming back.
I think you did. I think you did that quick. So you're right about that. Well, there's a lot of returns this week because holy shit, HBK is stacking this Homecoming show for Full Sail because this show next week for the return to Full Sail is fucking stacked. We've got Tyler Breeze coming back to challenge Ethan Page for the North American Championship. We've got Charlotte and Alexa coming back to NXT to defend the women's tag titles against the Culling. We've got DIY versus Trick Mello. And we've got the all-star mega team of Rhea Ripley, Stephanie McCurry, and Tiffany Stratton taking on Fatal Influence. May God have mercy on Fatal Influence's soul next week because they are going to get destroyed. Yeah.
But no, that was cool. There, the Blake Monroe package, yes, give Lola the championship.
We would agree with that.
No disagreement here.
Nope,
not at all.
No lies detected there.
No lies detected. But Blake Monroe's vignette was really good. Showing her.
I love it.
Dark
I'm
side.
like, yes, she's channeling some of that Mariah May into her character, and I'm all for it. So that's going to add some even more juice because I've been loving the feud with Jordan Grace, and I'm glad that it's bringing out her more of her evil side. So that's awesome stuff. I liked how it was shot. It was very like horror movie-esque. It was fantastic. The Lola Vice thing was great. Like Ken said, just put the belt on her, man. It's like I'd say give her a shot because she's really impressed me for a long time, and these vignettes really feel like they're ready to put her to the next level on NXT.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations to the Dark State. They make me care and look forward to the tag team scene in NXT. Obviously, Fraxium, they made me want to watch it, but it was kind of like, who's going to beat them? And they couldn't figure it out until Fraxium left. Dark State, and then there was a lull. My thoughts about Hank and Tank, and they're doing decent work, but I just can't buy into them. And the Dark State, I was like totally out. And then they showed their personalities, and they've been able to, and they've made me like, ooh, this is intriguing.
The stuff with Cutler James and now Joe Hendry is absolutely hilarious. The fact that he's like, Joe Hendry's not saying this week, and I was like, oh no.
He's so great. Like, that gimmick just never gets old to me.
No,
it never gets old.
I love it. I love it. And then I love how they did it where he fucking burst through the fucking wall like he's the Kool-Aid man.
And he still had perfect timing to hit the.
Yep. And he had and I love how Vic's like, well, he said his name.
Yeah.
He said his name and he appears.
It's that is pure wrestling. Like that whole gimmick is pure wrestling. Because if you show that to any person, they're like, what is this shit? Like, they're like, this is so corny and stupid. I'm like, that's why we love it, because it's corny and stupid.
Exactly. It's so corny.
It's so corny. It's just so good.
No, I just loved so much about this show. Like Mello
Ricky and Oba is perfect.
Yeah. The Oba Ricky stuff has been great. I love Mello coming back to back Trick up. I really like what HBK is doing with this Homecoming show because, yes, it's about Full Sail and the Stars for Black and Gold, but they're paying tribute to all eras of NXT. Because DIY represents Black and Gold.
Right.
Trick Mello represents the 2.0 era and a little bit of this era.
Right.
And then the 6-woman tag.
You have all eras.
Leah's black and gold. Tiffany came out of 2.0 era, and Stephanie came out of the current era. So you got all 3 main NXT eras represented by those 3 being on the same side against Fatal Influence.
The announcers said what the era, and Caden, maybe you can help us out here. They called this era something, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I forget what the name is. It's like what the current era of NXT is.
Yeah, they named it something because the announcers even saying like, oh, this is Black and Gold, this is 2.0, and this is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no, I really like how he set this up. And then we got The only thing that bummed me was that there wasn't a bigger pop for Tyler Breeze, because I always like Tyler Breeze. I was like a little bummed that he didn't get a bigger reaction, like compared to like other people came back tonight, like Mello and Stephanie, Rhea, and Tiffany. Mm-hmm. But it was cool seeing him back. I was not expecting Tyler Breeze to come back.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. You would say like, oh, they came back. Now they're putting him in a title match. They just literally did this with Tyler Breeze with Ethan Page. So I know we get on AEW for it. They literally just did this on NXT. So it's cool.
Yes.
But oh, they came back. They get a title match. I got to call a spade a spade.
Right. No, and that's fair. Now, I do like that they're continuing this Tavion Ethan Page feud. The flag match was fine. It was just a way to have him get a win over Ethan without having to pin him. Tyler Breeze showing up, that was cool. These, like I said, these matches lined up for Homecoming are crazy. Like the Lola Vice, this episode of NXT, I thought from top to bottom was really damn good. Yeah. Especially at the end where I was like wondering like who came up, and then Steffi came out. I was like, it's like I was trying to figure out like who else was going to come out. But as soon as she's like, do you guys know what time is it? I was like, oh, here it's got to be Tiffy. And the fans knew as soon as she said, what time is it? The fans knew what she meant. And then it's like, I was like, is the last one going to be Rhea? And then like when Tiffany's like, well, mommy's not going to like that. I was like, oh yeah, this place is about to go nuts. But it makes sense. Like, you know, Rhea, Stephanie, and Tiffany were all great NXT Women's Champions. And they're like, you think you're the greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time? We're going to kick your ass next week to remind you that you're not.
Right. I looked it up when you were talking, and I don't see anywhere. So basically, as far as the eras are concerned, it was the game show era, and then it was Black and Gold, then 2.0, and now it just says the current era.
Yeah, it's like we could just say current era until they give it a name. But
Black and Gold era is still the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Black and Gold era is still the best. 2.0 was rough, but thankfully some great talent came out of 2.0, like Tiffany, like Braun, Mello, Trick, and a few others. So it wasn't all bad.
No. And I liked how Trick and Mello, like, they're not best friends again,
but they're one of the they're like okay, we don't like what you're the way you're acting here, so we're willing to put aside our problems here, to team up against you.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm-hmm. But I love how he's like, it's like, you're the one to talk shop, but you perform one of the greatest backstabs in NXT history. And Gar's like, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about it.
That's some trauma for Johnny.
It's that Family Guy reference when Brian and Stewie were on vacation in Germany. They're going on the tour, and they're like, it says here from like 41 to 45, there's nothing. It was like, we're all asleep. Nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 2.0 was like mostly a hot mess, but a lot of great wrestlers came out of that era that are doing quite well for themselves.
Yeah. Braun Breaker.
Yeah, and
Tiffany Stratton. I mean, I guess Roxanne did get her start, but she really hit it off when
she hit it. Yeah, she came in during 2.0, but she really took off after 2.0 was over in the current era.
Yeah, the 2.0 era was actually better for Cora.
Yeah, it was. She was really big during that before she got injured for the first time. Like they were really. I remember when they were really pushing her hard. Like like when she was friends with Raquel. And remember the War Games match where she was doing the crazy shit. Right. It's like, and then of course her and Roxanne becoming friends, and then her betraying Roxanne when they were the tag champs and all that. And then she went heel for the first time because she was really like the plucky baby face with the skateboard and everything. It's like,
that, and then the D'Angelo family and Chase U came out of that era, which
and they ended up being good stuff. Yeah.
It was. I mean, it ended up working, but it was very hokey.
It was.
2.0 era was just very hokey, very colorful and hokey, and This didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, thankfully, when HBK finally took the reins over completely, and he slowly turned NXT around. It's not as great as it was Black and Gold era, but it's pretty entertaining these days. So,
hey, the calling won.
Yeah, no, I like this, and dude, that timing that they did for Zarya to get accidentally soul snatched was, when you look at it, is insane. They pulled that off perfectly. Like the shove into Zarya. Zarya knocks Tatum out of the ring, out of the way of so that Soul doesn't hit her, but hits Zarya instead. It's like I rewatched it like a few times. Like, hot damn! It's like it's amazing how they pulled that off. The timing on that was amazing.
The only like little nitpick is I thought they let Sol Roca's reaction breathe too long before Tatum literally ran in and just because like I swore Izzy or Tatum one were just standing there watching.
Yeah, they let it sink in just a little bit where she's like freaking like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I just thought they let it breathe a little too long.
Yeah. That whole main event though was fantastic between the three teams. I thought, like that. I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely are gonna fast forward the Zarya heel turn now after that, because they were like, you're gonna get gold, we're gonna win this, we're gonna win the tag titles together, because it's like, although she's been still Soul's friend supportive, she's been getting more frustrated about like, I don't have a title, where's my goal? It's like, and it's like, so yeah. But I like the choice of the calling because it's somebody different, and also Fatal Infants losing furthers the breakup. I love that JC just went completely nuts and just absolutely trashed both of them, saying it's all about me. I'm the reason. I'm carrying this whole team on my back now. So I'm just like, oh yeah, the breakup is happening at No Mercy. It's like Lola Vice has to be winning, and then the whole team disintegrates as a result. It's like It's like, how can Fallon and Jasmine Nix take much more of this shit from her?
Yeah.
It's like,
shout out Josh Briggs defeating Javion Evans and Miles Bourne not beating the
I
Allegations.
missed that he used the chain until they showed on the replay.
Yeah.
It was that was some nice work there.
Yeah. Miles Bourne not beating the Allegations being literally Randy Orton's clone because he did the night vision thing that Randy Orton did.
Yep.
So that was good. There was one other thing. What was it? I mean, Tavion beating Ethan. Yeah, we got that.
So Tavion's eventually going to get his title match. I think. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be at No Mercy because it's like No Mercy is like right around the corner. But we'll see. But I'm glad that they're pushing him. So he's getting there. The fans like him, but he's not like over yet. Like
right. Yeah.
So.
But yeah. No. Overall, it's a really good show. Really good.
This was a really good episode of NXT. Love all the returns. It's like HBK has made Homecoming a must-see show next week. That show is fucking stacked. It's ridiculous.
Yep. So, but all right, guys.
I also can't wait to see who else might show up. I really hope you got to have William Regal appear on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. War Games sounds a whole lot better than Homecoming or whatever he's going to do. But yeah, you got to have
at least Regal. Who knows? It's like Triple H might even pop up. I wouldn't be surprised for a cameo.
Oh, so. you can't miss out on the LFG plug. They're gonna have Undertaker and Bully and Booker and they're gonna do all that and Michelle McCool and all that other crap. Yeah, good show.
Yeah, exactly, Kaden. It's like I think that the teams the faction is finally going to dissolve at No Mercy when JC loses to Lola.
Right,
that's going to be the final straw.
Right, but Justin, that just about does it. I think we did it again.
Yeah.
Right around there. So yeah, Homecoming shaping up to be really well. The WrestlePalooza cards looking to be fun. All Out, even though their stories are terrible, still a fun card.
I'm excited for CNC versus FTR.
Yep, definitely excited for that. I think even though it's champion versus champion, I'm still excited to see Kyle Fletcher and Hangman.
I think the match is going to be
the match itself is going to be good. The whole thing around it was weird.
Yeah,
but and then Mark Briscoe versus MJF. I hope that feud that match should kill it because of the feud that they're building. And MJF and Mark Briscoe.
So we're at 4 matches for WrestlePalooza. So we've got Seth and Becky versus Punk and AJ. We've got Brock Cena. We've got the Usos versus the Brawns and Stephanie Io. That's already pretty stacked. That's only 4 matches. We're probably going to get at least 2 more.
Cody's going to be doing something.
Yeah, I think Cody's going to come back and they're going to do maybe Cody Drew, maybe. Although maybe do you think maybe they'll save that for Crown Jewel?
I mean, Cody's coming back. Like Triple H even said on Pat McAfee show.
Yeah,
Cody
he's
Rhodes
probably going to be back on SmackDown this week because especially with McIntyre versus Randy, Cody's going to show up and start getting his payback on Drew for writing him out so he could go film Street Fighter.
Yeah. I just like how Triple H was on Pat McAfee show just spoiling everything. He was on Kill Tony, and then Cody Rhodes going to be there. Yep, that's a spoiler. Cody Rhodes is going to be on the show. So
yeah. I'm trying to think what other match could they put on there. That would make sense.
Probably some tag team thing. I mean, they already have 2 tag team matches.
I would like honestly. I'd like to see like Rhea and Nikki Bella against Asuka and Kairi. I think, but they could do that on Raw though. So, we'll see. We're definitely gonna get I think 5 or probably hopefully 6 matches because they want this card to be stacked. So I think it's not. I think hopefully it's going to go at least 6 if not 7.
I think you're going to get Drew and Cody. I think you're right about that. Because they have to stack it. And why are you going to not have Cody on the show? Mm-hmm. At least wrestling or something. They'll probably do Sammy, a United States Open Challenge.
Oh, they might have AJ get a rematch against Dom and he finally gets the title. Because I think they've been holding off him losing the IC title until after the Vikingo match. That's oh yeah, that's right. Worlds Collide is tomorrow night after SmackDown.
Yeah, we got Roxanne and Finn versus Lola and Mr. Iguana. He's got an iguana. Shout out Wrestle Talk.
No, I'm excited that Roxanne and Finn against Lola and Mr. Iguana. That's going to be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, it's like we got Vikingo versus Dirty Dom in the main event. New Day is going to be on there. They're challenging Pagano and Psycho Clown for the AAA tag titles.
That's cool.
Yeah, Fabi Apache is going to take on Natty. Whoever wins that comes to the number contender to the AAA Women's title, which is the Reina de Reinas Championship. Latin American title is a 4-way. Dr. Wagner Jr. against Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough. That will probably kick ass. So yeah, this looks like it'll be a fun card on Friday night after SmackDown. Yeah. I'm loving that Roxanne's getting the chance to wrestle on this one. It'll be cool seeing her and Finn team up.
Yeah,
really and Raquel's going to be there. They've shown Raquel in the graphics, so Raquel's going to be in their corner as backup.
Oh, did you see the picture of where Roxanne's like hugging AJ and AJ's like doing the point? Apparently it panned out and Raquel's doing this and like
I saw that because like the one that she posted was a little crop of that. I've seen the expanded version where she's pointing at Raquel. Raquel's like yeah. So Raquel was getting on the fun too.
The fans are. I'm just really happy for Raquel. For all the stuff she went through, and now they're booking her really well. She seems like she's finally got her legs under because when she came back, it was rocky.
That advice that Kevin Nash gave her, she took to heart, and she's really gotten better in the ring.
She's gotten a lot better in the ring, and the fans have noticed, and they're booking her correctly about getting over on Lyra. Like she's getting over on certain superstars, and
her and Roxanne have really worked together as a pair. It's like they've been fantastic together. So that's going to make things really juicy when Liv comes back because like Raquel's going to be torn because she's becoming friends with Roxy. So when Liv comes back, she's like going to be torn. She's going to be like Kairi Sane caught in between Asuka and Io right now. It's like she's going to be like, oh man, what am I going to do?
Did you see the vignettes of like mashing AJ and Liv together? Of like how similar like the mannerisms kind of are of how like the crazy the beautiful.
I was saying it's like I was thinking about it. It's like someone mentioned it. It was like besides Roxanne, Liv has definitely channeled some AJ into her work over the years, and I'm like thinking back on it. Yeah, I could see it. Like the what she does in the ropes the way is like it's like some of the mind games she's played. It's like she's. So I would definitely love to see Liv interact with AJ when Liv comes back.
Yeah. But all right, Justin, I think we did it.
Yeah.
Thank you all, Caden in the chat. Everyone else that's joining. If you see this video later on, we'd love to have your comments on what you think what's going on in the wrestling world. Do you think, what can SmackDown do to boost their depth, because they're out of it right now. Raw's is doing pretty well, but there's a couple of things here, and who can help Tony tell stories as far as AEW is concerned. Other than that, what did you like? What you didn't like? Comment down below. Like, subscribe, hit that doorbell. Our Discord is free. I would love to have you over there. We talk wrestling and everything else over on the channel. We've got Fantasy F Around coming up on Monday. Myself and Tushka break down everything that is in the world of fantasy football and help you get prepared for your next week. Hope your first week went well. That's at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. On Wednesdays, we do Rev Sports Wrap It Up, not just football, but the whole world of sports that are going on right now. I know Justin is looking at more and more like your Yankees and Boston are going to be playing each other in round one.
We still have a shot maybe division, but we lost 2-3 to the Tigers, which is not good. Yeah. So we lost a little ground there, but thankfully the after this current stretch, the final run of the season is against a lot of soft teams, so the Yankees will be able to rack up some wins. So there's still a chance we may be able to steal the division from Blue Jays, which would be ideal. So we wouldn't get that bye out of the first round, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. So. As far as the NFL, good news, you have Josh Allen. The bad news is your defense isn't good. Of course, I think it's partially because of the Ravens are being that good.
Well, I also heard that our secondary, there's a lot of injuries there. I think that was part of the problem on Sunday. But definitely the run defense was getting shredded by Derrick Henry. So the fact that they were able to pull off that win after being down 50 points with 4 minutes left was fucking amazing. I was going nuts watching that game on Sunday night.
As we're saying right now, there's 3 generational quarterbacks in the league right now. It's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow is revolutionary in the fact that he's Joe Burrow. But as far as what those 3 do that no one else can do, that's why they're revolutionary. And it's nice. And as a Cowboys fan, I have Dak Prescott. It's fun. But when you watch Josh Allen, you watch Lamar, and you watch sometimes what Patrick Mahomes does, you're just like,
thank you very much.
Thank you. As well. It's like, man, I really know my team is just not there yet because I don't have one of those guys. Justin, you have one of those guys.
Yeah. No, we us Bills fans, we're lucky to have Josh Allen. Hopefully soon we'll finally get over that hump and we'll have the Vince Lombardi Trophy come to Buffalo for the first time ever.
At least every year you're a contender because you have Josh
Allen. Right now, we are a contender. It's just the question is, are we finally going to get over the Kansas City hump?
Lamar and the Ravens are asking the same question. The only one that's been able to get over that hump is Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
As far as the AFC is concerned.
Yes.
On that. But thank you all so much, Caden and everyone else. We will be back next Thursday. At 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, as always. Thank you all so much, Justin. It's always a pleasure talking wrestling with you. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next time. Peace.